Alright guys, welcome to 6.03. Today we are graphing quadratic functions. You guys already know how to graph the roots. We're just graphing the other pieces, the y-intercept and the axis of symmetry and the vertex today. So we're putting together all the pieces we need to graph a quadratic function. Let's start off with finding the roots of this first graph we have. So we have f of x is equal to negative x squared minus 4x plus y. Note that this is pretty much equal to y. It's just like saying y is equal to negative x squared minus 4x plus 5. So in order to find the root, you plug in 0 for y or for f of x, and then factor and solve. So let's go ahead and write 0 is equal to negative x squared minus 4x plus 5. From here, we do want to factor, but before we factor, we should probably take out that negative in front, because that negative makes things kind of annoying. So let's factor out a negative 1. That will change the sign of everything else to positive 4x minus 5. Now we can factor over here. Let's go factors of 1 is 1 and 1, and factors of negative 5, that will get us to 4. It's going to give us 5 and negative 1. 5 minus 1, 4. So our two binomials are 0 is equal to negative 1, the GCF in front, x plus 5, x minus 1. Now we can use our zero product property to solve for our roots. So let's go x plus 5 equal to 0, x is equal to negative 5, and then we have x minus 1 is equal to 0, x is equal to positive 1. So our two roots are at negative 5 and 1. After we find our root, we're going to see whether it opens up or down. Our original a value is negative 1, so that means we're going to open down. And for the y-intercept, we're going to plug in 0 for x and solve for y. So we'll have y is equal to negative 0 squared minus 4, 0 plus 5. So this is going to cancel out. 0 to the power of 2, negative cancels out. And the only thing I'm left with is y is equal to 5. So my y-intercept will be 0, 5. 0 from here, and then 5 from here. Alright, moving on to the axis of symmetry. For the axis of symmetry, we're going to use our new formula that we just learned. X is equal to negative b over 2a. Definitely need to memorize this one. For axis of symmetry, let's go ahead and let's label our a, b, and c. Our original a, b, and c. So a is equal to negative 1, b is equal to negative 4, and c is equal to 5. So I have x is equal to negative 4 over 2 times negative 1, which is positive 4 over negative 2, which is negative 2. So my axis of symmetry is that x equals negative 2. To find the vertex, we'll plug in our value. Plug in AOS. So here's our equation from the top. Y is equal to negative parentheses negative 2 squared minus 4 parentheses negative 2 plus 5. This will give us, be careful with this, negative 2 squared is negative 4, positive 4, and then with the negative in front becomes negative 4 plus 8 plus 5, and that becomes 4 plus 5, which is 9. So my vertex is at -2, 9. And because this graph does open down, we should have a maximum value, and the maximum value, the highest I go, will be at y equals 9. Alright, so we have all the pieces. Let's graph it together. So let's start off with the roots. So first root at -5 and at 1. We have the y-intercept at 0, 5. And then we have the axis of symmetry at -2. X equals -2. And our vertex is up here, 7, 8, 9, right here. -2, 9. Once you have 4 points on your quadratic, you can graph and connect the lines. Do try your best to make it a little curvy. Don't make it like a straight V, because it's not a V-shaped graph. Alright, let's try the next one together.